Hello students, my name is Anthony Christian and today we are here to learn the next lesson of class 8 and that is lesson number 3, the glimpses of the past. Just by reading the title of the lesson, I'm sure you know what is in the lesson. The lesson talk about some event, very popular event that happened in the past, and this lesson has lot of pictures, lot of dialogues, lot of characters also, and each page has one event given. Okay, so without book you cannot study this lesson, so I expect you that as you are listening this video you must have your textbook with you so that you can see in the textbook who is speaking, where the dialogue is given in the bubble. You must know that who is the speaker here, and that is how we will understand the lesson. Okay, there are so many events given here and I want you to understand all of them. If you have any question you can ask me in the comment, okay, and I will try my best to help you. And let's see, before we start, what do we have in the background of the lesson. Before you read, here are some pictorial glimpses. Pictorial glimpses means it is given in the pictures of the history of our country from 1757. Okay, that is the past. The history from 1757 to 1857, it is 100-year history. These pictures and the speech bubbles will help clarify your understanding of the condition that led to the event known as the First War of Independence in 1857. We must know the background, we must know a little bit of history that the uh, First War of Independence started in India in 1857. Okay, so before that, what happened? That is what we are going to study in this lesson. Okay, so the first page we have the title given here is the martyr. Martyr are the people who die for the country for noble cause. That they are called martyr. In one of the function, at a function in Delhi, you can see in the picture who is there. Lata Mangeshkar, she is singing, "Oh my countrymen, we remember this song, "E mere watan ke logo, jara aankhon mein bhar lo pani." That song, it is written here, "Oh my countrymen, let your eyes fill with tears, and as you recall the sacrifices of India's martyrs, जो शहीद हुए हैं उनकी जरा याद करो कुर्बानी." That line. Okay, so she was singing this song on the Independence Day. Actually this happened in 1947. Okay, and you can see the our first president also, Prime Minister Jawaharlal Nehru is also sitting there in the picture. Okay, you can see in the other picture also there are many great warrior actually who fought for the freedom of India. Their picture is given here. Okay, we can go to the next picture. Okay, the company's conquest. Now, what happens? Conquest means to search. Okay, in 1757 till 1849. First picture, with its superior weapons, gun, and all the armaments which are superior, higher. The British East India Company was extending its power in 18th century in India. Okay, the British company was extending its power in India because they had superior weapons. So you can see that the red part here in this picture, it is the British territory, and the yellow part, it is the Indian territory. Okay, second picture, Indian princes were short-sighted. Short-sighted means somebody who cannot see far, somebody who cannot think more about the future. They are called short-sighted. So the princes who were in India, they were short-sighted. They were not thinking about the future. That upstart Raja Ba called the English merchant, "They will help me to defeat them." Okay, and because of that, war started. Raja Ba called the English merchant and he said that, "Call the English merchant, they will help me to defeat him." It means one group of Indian people, they are getting the help of British people to defeat another group of Indian people. The people had no peace due to such constant fight, and because of this, people of India, they did not have peace in the land. Next picture. The rivalry means fighting. The rivalry helped the East India Company and its and it could easily subdue Indian princes one by one. Now what happened? Because the princes were asking the help of British people because they had superior weapons. Now these British people, they had too much power that they can even subdue means suppress the Indian princes one by one. Okay, it's like they have become their gulam, that we call it. A far-seeing ruler, somebody who thinks about the future, ruler, like the brave Tipu of Mysore, fought the British till he died fighting. Okay, he actually fought with the British people till he died, and he died in the fighting. Thank God there is peace in the country now. No more wars and no looting by thugs. Okay, one of the Indian men who is saying this, that thank God there is at least peace in the country, and thug are the notorious people who are not looting, okay, from people's house. It is God who sent British. So one group of people, they are saying that it is the British people are good, and because of them there is no fighting, there is peace in the country. So they are saying that thank God that God has sent British people. But the other group of people say our destiny is linked with them. No, this is also part of this supporting people, those who were supporting British. He said that our destiny, our future is very much linked with the British people. How did Indians react to this conquest? Now the other group of people, the white man has killed and dethroned our kings. Okay, they were against the British people and say they have killed our people, and they have also dethroned. Dethrone means, to throne means somebody who sit at the place of a king, and dethrone means to remove from the place of a king. So dethrone our kings. Some kings were not good, but after all they were of this land. That group of people say, yes, of course some kings were not good, but after all they are our people, and the British people should not dethrone them. Now we have become slaves of foreigner, and that group says we have become slave gulam of the foreigners. Good. Now page number 3, the name of the page is the British rule. Okay, 1765 till 1836. Religious leader preached ideas like untouchability and child marriage. Now the religious leaders, those who were religious leaders in India, they were preaching, they were giving the advice, they were teaching the people about untouchability, that the Sudra people and the low caste people, you don't need to touch them, they should be separated from the society. And child marriage was also very popular among their preaching. Whatever they preaching, anyone who crosses the sea loses his religion. That's another teaching, that if you cross the sea, it means if you go to another country, it means you are no more Hindu. And the second in the second picture you can see all the misery. Another teacher, religious teacher, is saying all the misery in the world is because of women. That's another wrong teaching. Okay, next, the truth was that Indians had lost self-respect, and the British scorned them. British were laughing at them because Indians have lost self-respect. And this is the British people who were talking among themselves. And the British man is saying the natives are unworthy of trust, means we cannot trust on them, incapable of honesty, and they are also not honest. They were talking among themselves. But even in that, some Indians were, in support of British people. So one of the Indian men say, true, your honor, but I am honest. Maybe he was working with them, that is why I say, but I am honest. And then the next picture, being merchants, the British wanted quick profit. That was the problem. They were businessmen and they wanted profit. Their heavy taxes forced farmers to abandon their fields. Okay, they laid heavy tax on them, and that is why the farmer people, they could not pay, so they have to leave their farms, their field. But your men are taking all our crops. This is the complaint from Indian people who were not able to pay the tax. You say your people are taking all the crops, how can we pay the tax? You are still in arrears. Arrears means the installment you have not paid for long time. That means you are still in arrears, you have not paid your debt for long time. That is arrears. If you don't pay next week, I will send you to jail. This is what the British people were doing. Okay, so if they don't pay, then they were sent to the jail. Still, the British invented other methods which gave them more profit. Now, they were not satisfied with that profit also, so they found a new method where we can earn more profits. And what was the method? The goods manufactured in England should not have any import duty when brought to India. Normally, when the India was bringing the goods from London or from England, there was tax on it, but now they have decided that there should not be any import duty, which is also called tax to import goods. It was cancelled by British people. Then the other also say a good idea. The East India Company's laws began to cripple in the Indian industries, and because of that, Indian industry was actually become cripple. Cripple means somebody who cannot walk, and here it is for the business. It means something that cannot work. The whole business was collapsed. The British, no, the inevitably famine followed, and the famine also came. Famine means no food, no rain. That is why no food. Between 1822 and 1836, 15 lakh Indian died of starvation. Starvation because of no food. So 15 lakh Indians died during this time of famine. The British policy ruined. Ruin means destroy the expert artisan. Artisans are the people who work in building the houses and also in the farm. So the artisans, their business was totally collapsed, and their business. Okay. So this was the British people's strategy. Okay, first they laid heavy tax on the farm, on the farmer, and second they have cancelled all the tax on the goods imported from England. That is why the business was increased, and the Indian artisan people, their business was almost collapsed, and in between there was also famine. Okay, next. Now, number 4, we have Raja Ram Mohan Roy, 1772 till 1833. Now, who is this Raja Ram Mohan Roy? Ram Mohan Roy, a learned man from Bengal, he was very learned man, understood what was wrong with the country. He understood actually what is the real situation, what is the main problem. Then he started teaching, let us not despise ourselves. It means let's not despise. Despise means to say something bad about ourselves. Our ancient culture is great, yes, and we are capable of great achievements. We must first reform our society. Okay, so we can do great things, but we must form a proper society. We must reform the society. It means we must come together. Superstitions have been ruining us. One of the problem of Indian society, he recognized, is that people are superstitious, and that is why we are destroying ourselves. Then he also told his wife Uma, the name of his wife is Uma, cows are of different colors, but the color of their milk is the same. Okay, he is teaching, he is saying in parables that cows are of different color, but the milk is the same. Different teachers have different opinions. In India also different teachers are giving different opinion, but the essence of every religion is the same. But the main teaching of every religion is the same. This is how he was trying to explain to his wife. Okay, next picture. He was attracted by science and modern knowledge. He wanted to study, so he was more attracted towards the science and modern knowledge. Knowledge should be practical and scientific. That was his opinion, and he started newspaper, but the suspicious British stopped them in 1823. He started the newspaper there, but it was stopped by British people. Okay, next page. He crossed the seas, it means he went to another country and went to England to see what made the British powerful, and he wanted to see why British people are so powerful. So he went to England to learn. There he told them, we accept you as our ruler. So, okay, it is fine if you become our ruler, and you must accept us as subject. It means we are your subject. Then you can become ruler on us. But you must remember the responsibility a ruler owes to his subject, but you must also remember that a ruler has its own responsibility to take care of the subject. Okay, that is what he was teaching in England. So he did actually great work. Okay, next page number, next part, that is number 5. The title is Oppression. Oppression means to press somebody until he would cry out. That is oppression. Persecution, you can say persecution. 1765 till 1835. But the British continued to oppress Indian. Okay, they were suppressing the Indians. They were making them slave, more and more slaves. That is called suppress, oppress. In 1818, they had passed regulation number 3. So one new act, new rule has come. Under it, an Indian could be jailed without trial in a court. The rule says that an Indian person, if he does wrong, then without any trial in the court, he can be put in the prison. And here, remember, the rule for British people were different and for Indian people were different. So if Indian man is caught, then he will be put in the prison without any judgment. Okay, but if it is British man, then there is a court, there is a judgment, and then there is, if court decide, there is a jail, otherwise release. That was the discrimination. All the time British officers in India drew big salary. Okay, so they had very big salary and also made fortune means their wealth in private business. They also made lot of private business and they earned lot of money. By 1829 British was exporting British goods worth 7 crore rupees to India. Now in that time, imagine 7 crore rupees goods was imported from England to India. It means their business became very, very big. The British prospered on the company's loot. They were actually looting the people. Okay, their rules were only in their favor, not in the favor of any Indian man. So they became prosperous. While Indian industries began to die. Now at the same time, the Indian industries, they began to die because they did not have that much money. Okay, and the business was not doing well also. Next picture. Governor General Bentinck reported back home. Now Bentinck, when he went home, that is in England, he said this sentence: the bones of cotton weavers are bleaching the plains of India. Okay, it means the Indian people have very nice cotton in India, and they are actually very poor people, very hungry people, and their bones are, you can see their bones because of hunger, but their cotton weaving is very, very nice. Okay, next, that is number 6, dissatisfaction. Yes, so Indian people were not satisfied with what British people were doing, so of course there was a chaos and there was a rivalry among themselves also. Okay, education in India was in Persian and in Sanskrit. So two languages were there, Persian language and Sanskrit language. In 1835, an Englishman named Macaulay suggested a change. Now another change that has come in educational system. And Macaulay, what was his suggestion? He said that we should teach the native through the English language. We must teach them in English language so that we can do the business very well. And the ruler of that time, he also said, yes, I agree. Second part, English education produced clerk to whom the British gave petty job. Petty means very small job. Okay, so they learn in English, and many clerk were Indian, and they got very small job under them, under the British people. Incidentally, it is also produced a new generation of intellectual. Now, accidentally, what happened? Because they started learning in English, there is a group of people who became intellectual. They started learning more. We must educate our brothers. Now, among the Indians, they were discussing that we must educate our people and try to improve their material condition also. It means they should become rich. For that, we must convey our grievance to the British Parliament, and for that, we must put this suggestion to the British Parliament so that the British people will teach our children, our youngsters, in English language. Now, by 1856, now you can see the red part, British area, how much area they have covered, they have conquered. The British had conquered the whole of India. Almost the whole part of India was conquered by British people at that time. They cared little about the needs of Indian. They were not thinking about what Indian people needs. Okay, our kings have become puppet. Puppet means somebody is controlling you, that is why you have become puppet. And we have lost our old jobs, not no old jobs, and lands also, they have lost their land also. They are converting our brothers. Another problem is they were also converting them and making them Christians, British people. You only talk, do something to drive them out. And another Indian man was saying that, "Oh, you people, you are just talking, why don't you drive them out, why don't you send them to their country?" Okay, so there was a actually dissatisfaction among people, and people were coming together and they were forming groups to fight against British. In every different part of India, people were forming small groups to fight against British. Now these small groups, they have started fighting. That is number 7, the spark. The spark here means fire. Okay, so the small group, they started fighting. In 1855 to 1857, taxes continue to ruin the peasant. Peasants means are the farmers, people who are farmer. So farmers were also ruined, they were almost destroyed because all the land was taken by the British people. In Bengal, the Santhal is the group of people who had lost their lands under the new land rules. So they have lost the whole land, they have lost, okay, under the rule in 1855. So in 1855 they rose and rebel in rebellion and massacre. So they rebelled, actually they rebel against them. And massacre means killed so many people. Killing so many people is called massacre. Europeans and their supporters alike. Supporters alike means the Indian people who are supporting British people, they also killed all of them. Next, now discontent was brewing. Brewing means boiling, okay, increasing day by day. Brew means coffee. Normally coffee we brew it, so it was boiling, bubbling. So brewing in the East India Company's army too. So in the army also, everybody was getting ready to fight. Now among the British people, no soldiers, what are they saying? The white soldiers get huge pay, mansions to live in, servants also, while we get a pittance and slow promotion. We get very small salary and also no promotion. We must drive out Angrez, we must send them out. The Angrez ask us to cross the sea, which is against our religion. Who is the Topiwala to abolish our age old custom? Another people was saying that they are destroying our custom, our religion also. Who are they to destroy our religion? Sepoy Mangal Pandey. So Mangal Pandey, he was a soldier among the British, attacked the adjutant of his regiment and was executed. Adjutant means assistant. Okay, he was in the army. He attacked on his boss, actually the major, and he was executed. Mangal Pandey was killed because of that act. Next picture. Thousand of other sepoy revolted. Thousand of other soldiers also, they started revolting, rebelling against the British people. They were stripped to their uniform. Mean their uniform was taken down, and they were also humiliated and put in irons. Means they were beaten by irons. Very strong punishment to them. Next, few Englishmen had cared to understand Indian customs or the people's mind. But there were also some few Indian people who were also thinking about the Indian people and their custom, and they were trying to understand the mind of Indian people. Oh, proud Brahmin soldier, do you know that the grease on the bullet you have to bite is made from the fat of cow and pig? Another fact that they came to know, that that time they had a gun, and the gun used to have bullet on it, and there was a cover on it. You have to bite it and take it out, that cover, and that cover was made of leather, fat, which was made of cow and pig. What? And it was actually abomination for Brahmin people to eat pig fat and cow fat. Okay, so what? The white man has deceived us too. Another Muslim man, he also said, because Muslim, for them also pig is haram. So he was saying that we are also deceived by British people. Soon, chapati were sent from village to village to tell the people that their emperor would want their service. Now, this is another way of fighting. that they were distributing chapati from one house to another house, and they were telling that we are going to fight and we want your support. And now they were gathering all the people, all the Indian people in the society, and all Indian people were also saying, yes, all my village men would be ready, all the village people will be ready. Okay. Similarly, so this was in the village. Now among the soldiers in the army, what was happening? Similarly, lotus flower circulated among Indian soldiers, so they were distributing lotus flower, death to the foreigners, and they were giving, this is the lotus flower, it means we are going to kill the soldier man and we will put this flower on their body, is a kind of symbol. Okay. The masses gave all help and shelter to the patriot. So masses means lot of people gave their support in this fighting to the soldiers. Okay, next, revolt. Now revolt means actual fight. Then there was a violence broke out at Meerut in 1857. Okay, violence means fighting. Now in Meerut, first fighting started there, and you can see it in the picture how Indian and British soldiers are fighting. Then the second picture, the sepoy marched to Delhi. Now these are the sepoy, the Indian people who were fighting. They they started their fight and walked towards the Delhi, because Delhi was the main place that they wanted to conquer. Long live our Emperor Bahadur Shah. But at that time, who was there? It was the Indian king who was ruling there, and his name was Bahadur Shah. So the sepoy actually went there to ask for the help, that Bahadur Shah, help us, we are fighting against the British people. Then he said to the Bahadur Shah, the rebellion spread wider, and everybody started rebelling. Fighting was in a different places. Bahadur Shah also joined with them. Then many landlords have lost their lands because the British policies, and they were sore. Sore means very sad, because their lands were taken. The white man's rule must end. So they were telling other kings that the white people's rule must end. So they were taking the support from all the kings, because India at that time was divided in small kingdoms, and there were kings over them. So, and they gathered all the kings so that they can fight against the British people. Yes, we will help you, and many kings, they also helped them, and in that way they were able to fight against the British people. Now number 9, the fight for freedom. Actual fight for the freedom in 1857 started. Many farmers, ruler like Begum Hazrat Mahal, she was actually the queen, but in the village area, former ruler Mahal of Lucknow were bitter. So she was very sad. She was the ruler of Lucknow in UP, and she said that the white man has taken away my kingdom. She was very sad. Okay. So they joined the upsurge against the foreigner. So the fighting which started against the British people, she and her whole kingdom joined in that fighting. Then another group, how they were gathering, or how they were recruiting other people. Popular leaders like Maulvi Ahmadullah of Faizabad told the people. So he was also recruiting many people to fight against the British. Rise, brother, rise. Rise means get up, brother, get up. The Angrez is ruining our land. Angrez people are actually destroying our land. The people rose everywhere. Now the people gathered everywhere in Bareilly, Kanpur and Allahabad. Bareilly, Kanpur, Allahabad, these are the name of the cities. Now Azimullah Khan, another king, Azimullah Khan told Tatya Tope. Tatya Tope was another king. Okay, now the two kings, they are talking to each other. We should have Peshwa Nana Sahib as our leader. Now in this fighting there should be one leader also, so that we can listen to him. So everybody all together, all the kings from different province, they decided that we will have Peshwa Nana Sahib as our leader. Okay, in this war of independence. And the patriots pounced upon the British and fought pitched battle all over North India. Now everybody agreed that yes, Nana Sahib Peshwa will be our leader, and all the patriots, they came together and they actually fought against the British in many part of North India, especially in the UP area. Okay. Now the last picture. 80 years old Kanwar Singh of Bihar received a bullet in his wrist here on the chest. So he got shot by the British. He was 80 years old, but he was still fighting. And what was his words when he was dying? Mother Ganga, this is my last offering to you. It means I give my life to you, Mother Ganga. Okay. So this was the very nice lesson. And when you learn about this incident, you will have some passion about your country also. And from our freedom movement, written by HD Sawant. Okay, very nice lesson, and I want you to watch this video again and again to understand it better. If you have any doubt, you can send me the message or you can write in a comment so that I can help you. Thank you so much. Bye bye.